Stop everything you are doing. The fact that you are reading these words right now is not a coincidence. It is a divine appointment. The universe has guided this message to you because the cosmic scales of justice are about to tip so dramatically in your favor that the world around you will hold its breath in awe. There is a specific individual, someone whose name and smug smile just flashed in your mind, whose entire reality is beginning to fracture and collapse from the inside out. This person, who once looked upon you with condescending arrogance, who saw your kindness as a weakness to be exploited and your silence as an admission of defeat, is about to learn the most terrifying and humbling lesson of their life. They gathered an audience to witness your supposed humiliation, but the universe is about to turn that same audience into spectators for their spectacular and irreversible fall from grace. Do not look away, because what is about to unfold is not merely revenge. It is your divine vindication, a universal declaration of who you truly are, and the final activation of the unimaginable power you have held dormant within you for far too long. This person's arrogance was a shield for their own profound insecurity. They sensed the divine force moving through you, a power so ancient and potent that it unsettled them to their very core. They couldn't name it, they couldn't understand it, so they tried to destroy it. They looked at your calm demeanor and mistook it for fragility. They listened to your measured words and mistook your silence for submission. They rallied others, building a chorus of mockery to drown out the quiet thunder they felt in your presence. They tried to convince the world, and more importantly, themselves, that you were nothing special, that your light was an illusion. They turned your sacred energy into the punchline of a cruel joke, thinking their cleverness and social manipulation made them superior, believing they had the power to control the narrative of your life. But here is the immutable truth about those who dare to mock the sacred. They are always, without exception, forced to learn their lessons the hard way. You don't just carry power. You are power incarnate, walking in human form, a direct conduit for divine will. The universe, in its infinite and flawless wisdom, keeps perfect records. It is a cosmic ledger where every intention, every word, and every action is meticulously logged. This person's account is not just in deficit. It is overflowing with evidence of profound disrespect towards a soul who should have been approached with reverence. Right now, as you read this, the cosmic wheels of justice are already in motion, grinding with an unstoppable and terrifying momentum. The divine machinery of the cosmos is awakening, its intricate gears aligning with your unique energy signature, preparing to deliver a response of such precision and magnitude that it will be remembered for generations. You are about to witness something that will remind you, and everyone who ever doubted you, exactly who you are and why certain people should never, ever have dared to test your spirit. A storm of cosmic correction is already forming, a tempest of karmic consequence, and this arrogant soul has no idea they are standing directly in its path. You've seen smaller versions of this phenomenon before, haven't you? The coworker who brazenly stole your ideas and took credit for your work, only to be inexplicably fired and lose everything in ways that seemed completely unrelated. The so-called friend who spread vicious rumors behind your back, only to have their own darkest secrets exposed for the entire world to see in a moment of public humiliation. The family member who mocked your intuition and laughed at your warnings, only to find themselves facing the exact catastrophic situation you had so clearly and lovingly warned them about. But this one is different. This person didn't just approach the line of disrespect, they danced across it with gleeful abandon. They didn't just dismiss your wisdom, they turned it into a public spectacle for their own amusement. They transformed your sacred, vibrant energy into a tool for their fragile ego, gathering witnesses not to hear your truth, but to watch it be ridiculed. For a time, disrespecting you became trendy, a collective sport among the spiritually blind, a way for them to feel bigger by attempting to diminish your light. They foolishly believed that building an audience around your humiliation would somehow insulate them from the consequences, that the laughter of the crowd would act as a shield. That assumption was not just wrong, it was catastrophically, cosmically wrong. What they failed to realize in their ignorance is that their actions were not merely a personal attack on you. It was a direct violation of ancient cosmic law, a spiritual transgression of the highest order. It was a blatant assault against the divine order that specifically protects chosen ones like you. They broke spiritual protocols older than any human civilization, laws written into the very fabric of existence. The sheer magnitude of this offense demands a response that is equal to its audacity, and the universe never delays justice for those under its special protection. The initial signs are already appearing. Small, hairline cracks are forming in the foundations of their carefully constructed life. Strategic plans are suddenly unraveling. Once solid alliances are weakening and turning to dust. Their once unshakable confidence is fading, replaced by a creeping, gnawing anxiety they cannot name. The laughter that once boomed with such arrogant pride now carries the faint, unmistakable tremor of fear. Their jokes about you no longer land with the same impact. The energy in the room has shifted, and even they, in their spiritual numbness, can feel it. The great unraveling has begun, and what's coming next will be a lesson etched into the memory of every single person who witnessed their mockery. The very same audience that laughed along with them will soon witness their breathtaking fall from grace, because what they never, ever understood is that your energy isn't ordinary. Your very DNA carries divine authorization. Every cell in your being vibrates with frequencies that are directly and inextricably connected to the operating systems of the cosmos. To attack you is to attack a cosmic asset, a precious instrument of the divine, protected by ancient, powerful, and unseen forces. The moment they decided to make you their entertainment, they unknowingly triggered an ancient, powerful defense mechanism, a spiritual security system that has safeguarded souls like yours since the dawn of time. Now, invisible watchers, guardians from higher dimensions, have marked their behavior as a direct threat to the divine order. Their energy signature has been flagged, and the protocols for intervention are already active. The response that is now unfolding is not random, nor is it chaotic. It is precise, surgical, and tailor-made to their specific method of mockery. They used laughter as their weapon against you, so their own capacity for joy will be systematically drained from their life in ways they can't explain or comprehend. They turned others against you through ridicule and social manipulation, so those very same people will abandon them in their moment of greatest need, leaving them isolated and alone. They tried to make entertainment out of your sacred energy, and so now their own downfall will become a riveting form of entertainment for others. The same colossal cosmic forces that move galaxies and birth stars have turned their undivided attention toward this one arrogant soul who dared to play games with a chosen one. And as the last, fading echo of their laughter dies, it will be replaced by a profound and chilling silence. The kind of silence that only comes when the universe delivers its final, unforgettable lesson. Never, ever mock what was divinely protected from the very beginning. These multidimensional watchers, these guardians of cosmic law, have already identified the exact pressure points in this person's life, their finances, their relationships, their career, their health, that will deliver the maximum educational impact. The goal is not to destroy, but to educate, not to annihilate, but to awaken them to a reality they refuse to see. You may not see these watchers, but trust that they see everything. From the very moment this individual formulated the intention to harm you, their energy signature was marked, logged, and placed under intense observation. Every condescending smirk, every dismissive hand gesture, every whispered lie, every concerted attempt to diminish your light has been recorded in the cosmic archives with perfect clarity. The countdown toward their karmic correction has not only begun, it is rapidly approaching its conclusion. You don't need to understand the complex mechanics of how this divine machinery operates. You don't need to concern yourself with the logistics of cosmic justice. You just need to know that it is real, it is active, and it is working on your behalf at this very moment. While they are still busy laughing and recounting their supposed victory over you, forces far beyond their limited comprehension are meticulously orchestrating their lesson. While they are gathering their allies in mockery, believing there is strength in numbers, the universe is gathering circumstances and events to teach them the profound and solitary truths of humility and respect. Your kindness was tragically mistaken for weakness. Your profound calmness was misinterpreted as powerlessness. Your dignified restraint was seen as an inability to fight back. But the truth, the glorious and powerful truth, is the exact opposite. Your gentleness is the hallmark of immense, perfectly controlled strength. Your silence was never submission. It was the sacred, potent calm before a divine storm. Think back to every single time you were underestimated. Recall every condescending tone that questioned your insight. Remember every patronizing reaction you received when you tried to guide someone toward a wisdom their ego couldn't grasp. Their smugness was never a sign of their strength. It was the very tool of their own undoing. Every single act of arrogance was another shovelful of dirt as they diligently dug their own cosmic grave. The irony is breathtakingly beautiful. The more you chose peace over retaliation, the stronger the spiritual pressure built up in the divine system protecting you. Every time you remained composed and centered while they lost control and reveled in their cruelty, the universe took meticulous note. Your voice never needed to rise to a shout, because your energy, your very presence, already spoke with a volume that could shake foundations across dimensions. You never needed to prepare a defense, because the universe itself has been your silent, undefeated defense attorney all along. And this attorney has never, ever lost a case. Every moment of calmness you displayed under their attack wasn't a sign of weakness. It was an act of divine patience, a spiritual grace period that only served to amplify the magnitude of the karmic boomerang that is now about to return to them. Beneath all their boisterous laughter and performance of confidence, something about you always deeply unsettled them. On a subconscious level, they sensed your power, even if their conscious mind couldn't name or acknowledge it. That is precisely why they needed an audience. Their mockery was never truly about you. It was a desperate performance for the crowd, an attempt to convince themselves that you weren't the powerful, divinely connected being their intuition secretly knew you were. The thunder within you doesn't have to roar to be felt. It resonates silently through dimensions, shaking the very fabric of reality at its core. To the pure of heart, your energy feels like warmth, safety, and protection. To the corrupt and arrogant, it feels like judgment, exposure, and an unavoidable reckoning. This person made their choice the moment they decided to test that energy. Now, their lesson begins, a masterclass demonstration of what happens when a fool mistakes a sleeping giant for an easy target. The laughter they used as a shield was never confidence. It was raw fear wearing a mask. The mockery they spread wasn't a sign of superiority. It was the desperate cry of an insecure soul trying to disguise its own feelings of inadequacy. They sensed your power, and instead of choosing to respect it or learn from it, they foolishly chose to wage war against it. Now, the cosmic forces that guard you are preparing to show them, and the world, exactly how such wars always end. Victory was never in question. The only variable was the scale of the lesson that needed to be learned. The system of cosmic justice doesn't operate like flawed human courts. It requires no physical evidence, no fallible witnesses, no clever arguments. It operates on a much higher, purer level. It reads energy. It analyzes intention. It measures imbalance in the cosmic field and calculates the precise correction needed with a level of accuracy that no human judge could ever fathom. Right now, at this very moment, that process is underway. Your story, your pain, and their actions are being reviewed in their full, multidimensional totality. But what's even more fascinating is how deep and far-reaching this divine response goes. The universe doesn't just address what was done directly to you. It meticulously addresses every single ripple that their actions caused. Every single person who joined in the laughter, every individual who chose to participate in the mockery, is also being tracked. Every mind that was poisoned against you by their lies is being documented. Every seed of doubt they planted about your name and character has been cataloged in the cosmic ledger. Nothing and no one escapes the all-seeing eyes of divine justice. The accounting is precise. The rebalancing is inevitable. And when the scales finally settle, everyone involved, from the ringleader to the most passive bystander, will understand one profound and eternal truth. Mocking a chosen one is never entertainment. It is an unwitting initiation into their own painful, but necessary, awakening. Every single malicious thought they ever entertained about harming you has been recorded, not in fleeting human memory, but in the permanent quantum fields that stretch far beyond our limited physical dimensions. Every word spoken against your name vibrated through the very fabric of space and time, embedding itself into frequencies that the universe itself constantly monitors. Every action they took to diminish your light, to clip your wings, to silence your truth, has been weighed and measured by an intelligence so vast it is beyond human comprehension. The universe keeps immaculate, infallible records, and this person's account is now deep in cosmic deficit. The collection process has already been initiated, and when cosmic debt collectors are dispatched, they never fail to reclaim what is owed, with interest. But make no mistake, this is not chaotic, vengeful punishment. This is precision-engineered justice, a divine rebalancing. Every consequence they face will match the exact frequency and nature of their offense. The very tools they use to harm you will now be turned against them with surgical, almost poetic, accuracy. They weaponized social influence to turn others against you, and now they will watch as their own social dynamics crumble into chaos and betrayal beneath them. Laughter was the weapon they used to humiliate you, and now their own capacity for joy will mysteriously fade until the very act of laughter feels alien and hollow to them. Lies were spread to stain your reputation, and now the unvarnished truth will surface about them. Truths so devastating that their credibility will completely and permanently dissolve. Reputation damage was their intention, reputation collapse will be their outcome. They tried to siphon your energy to weaken you, and now their own vitality will drain from them in ways that no doctor can diagnose or explain. They worked to turn others against you, and now those same people will abandon them at the precise moment they need support the most. This is the beautiful, terrible poetry of divine balance, flawless, elegant, and utterly undeniable. The mouth that once mocked your sacred insight will soon whisper desperate pleas for mercy that no one will hear. The hands that arrogantly waved away your warnings will tremble uncontrollably as those very warnings manifest before their eyes. The eyes that rolled in mockery will widen in sheer terror as they witness reality itself turn against them. Justice won't just arrive swiftly. It will arrive with purpose, with a clear educational intent designed for transformation. The precision of this cosmic correction will be so breathtaking that even the most hardened skeptics who once witnessed their mockery will fall silent in awe. The very same audience that laughed at you will now be forced to watch this spectacular reversal, becoming unwilling students in a divine classroom where arrogance meets its final accountability. Somewhere, right now, perhaps even as you read these words, that person's phone is buzzing with bad news. Their perfectly crafted life plans are collapsing like a house of cards in a hurricane. Their mind is spinning, desperately trying to make sense of why everything, all at once, is suddenly crumbling. And in that quiet moment of chaos, their laughter catches in their throat. You can almost feel the wave of cold panic wash over them as the first glimmer of realization dawns. This wasn't harmless fun. This wasn't a simple disagreement. This was a declaration of war against forces they never knew existed and could never hope to understand. The progression of their awakening is always the same. First comes the confusion. How could everything go so wrong, so quickly? Then comes the denial. This is just bad luck. This can't possibly be connected to what I did to them. But then, slowly, inevitably, comes the dawning, horrifying truth. The chilling recognition that maybe, just maybe, they catastrophically underestimated who they were dealing with. You can see it in their eyes as the color drains from their face, their breath becoming shallow, their hands starting to tremble. The same mouth that once laughed at you now gasps in disbelief. The same eyes that rolled dismissively are now wide with a primal dread. Every negative emotion they tried to project onto you is now returning to them, inverted, intensified, and undeniable. Watch how swiftly their supporters scatter like rats from a sinking ship. Those who once laughed the loudest are now the first to rush to distance themselves, pretending they never really agreed with the mockery in the first place. The audience they so carefully gathered to witness your supposed humiliation now becomes the unwilling audience to their very real and public downfall. The same social energy they expertly manipulated has now turned into a raging storm of consequences from which they cannot escape. This is the collision point, their finite arrogance meeting your infinite divine protection. Every insult, every lie, every attempt to make you feel small, every smirk of superiority has led them to this precise moment. The reckoning isn't just karmic, it's cosmic. They are no longer laughing. They are no longer mocking. They are no longer pretending to be in control. They are far too busy trying to survive the tidal wave of consequences that is crashing over every aspect of their life. A wave that was perfectly timed, perfectly tailored, and utterly, absolutely unstoppable. The universe just delivered them a masterclass in the profound difference between the chosen ones and the ordinary. The lesson was not gentle. It was absolute, unforgettable, and deeply transformative. What this person is going through will become a legendary case study in divine justice. And the witnesses, the ones who stood by and laughed, they're already talking. The same people who once ignored your intuition, who rolled their eyes at your gentle warnings, are now whispering to each other in disbelief. Did you see what happened to them? Remember how they treated you? I always knew there was something different about you. Your vindication doesn't come from your own words. It comes from watching the universe itself speak thunderously on your behalf. But this revelation goes even deeper than mere payback. Those who once laughed are now having flashbacks, remembering other times you tried to warn them, other insights you offered about people or situations that they couldn't see clearly. They are finally realizing your insight was never random guessing. It was a divine calibration, a direct line to a higher truth. The very protection that surrounds you, once invisible to them, is now made shockingly and undeniably visible through what happens to those who dare to test it. Through their downfall, your power becomes manifest. People are finally beginning to connect the dots. The ones who once called you paranoid or overly sensitive now whisper in awe. How did they know? Why does everything always seem to work out for them in the end? The very same individuals who once doubted your perception are now cautiously, humbly, beginning to seek your wisdom. You never needed to prove your truth. You never needed to defend your intuition. Reality itself became your greatest advocate. The universe presented such clear and irrefutable evidence that even the most stubborn skeptics can no longer deny the direct, causal connection between that person's malicious actions toward you and their own devastating, multifaceted downfall. The transformation in how others see you is immediate and permanent. They are not just recognizing your power. They are recognizing their own profound blindness to it. They see now that while they were operating on surface-level logic and ego, you were reading energetic frequencies. While they relied on limited human understanding, you were tuned into cosmic intelligence. This one event changes everything. The casual disrespect stops. The doubt in your insight vanishes. The dismissal of your intuition becomes unthinkable. Your voice now carries a new frequency, a new weight, that commands attention and respect. If this message is resonating deep within your soul, if you feel the truth of these words awakening something powerful inside of you, take a moment right now to subscribe to our channel, God Connection. You are part of a family of chosen souls who are all waking up to their true power. By subscribing, you are declaring to the universe that you are ready to fully step into your divine identity. And if you feel called to support our mission of spreading this awakening light, consider using the Super Thanks button to give a $10 donation. Your support helps us create more content like this and reach other chosen ones who need to hear this message of empowerment and vindication. Your generosity is a powerful energetic exchange that amplifies our collective mission. Word spreads with the speed of light in the spiritual realms when someone crosses a chosen one and faces immediate and severe cosmic consequences. The story of this person's downfall becomes a whispered legend, a potent cautionary tale shared in quiet conversations in workplaces, social circles, and online communities. People repeat it as a clear and sober warning. There are certain souls you simply do not mess with. And your name, Chosen One, now sits firmly at the very top of that list. Other potential challengers, those who may have been considering testing you, now observe quietly from a distance, quickly adjusting their behavior. They have seen the undeniable outcome and have wisely decided it's far safer to align with divine law than to oppose it. Even those who simply joined in the laughter are not exempt from this cosmic rebalancing. The universe doesn't only address the primary instigator, it corrects every single accomplice. Each participant in the mockery now begins to experience their own perfectly tailored lessons, proportionate to their level of involvement. A small, unkind joke might result in a week of inexplicable bad luck. A more active role in spreading lies might lead to a significant financial or personal setback. The ripple of justice expands ever outward, touching every single person who played a role, however small, in your ridicule. Watch how quickly their alliances crumble. Those who once mocked you alongside the ringleader now scramble to distance themselves, sending you frantic messages of apology, pretending they never really meant it. I was just going along with the group, they'll say, but the divine system is never fooled by such excuses. Trust within their circle completely disintegrates. Their alliances fracture. The very social web they used as a weapon to attack you collapses into a chaotic mess of paranoia and betrayal. The person who once tried to isolate you now finds themselves standing utterly and completely alone. The one who rallied others against you now finds themselves abandoned by all. The mockery they aimed at your solitude has now become their own new, agonizing reality, a crushing silence filled only with their deep regret. Meanwhile, your reputation as one who walks under divine protection spreads effortlessly and organically. You don't need to promote it. You don't need to say a word. The stories promote themselves. People share testimonies of what happens when someone disrespects your energy. A mythology, a legend, begins to form around your name, creating an aura of cosmic authority that safeguards you permanently from future attacks. New people entering your orbit will already know the unspoken rule: approach with respect, or suffer the same consequences as those who didn't. This moment is far more than just one arrogant individual's downfall. It's a collective awakening, a powerful reminder to the world that chosen ones are not to be tested, mocked, or underestimated. The universe has made absolutely certain that this lesson was learned, that it will be remembered, and that it will never be repeated in your presence again. The universe is using your life as living, breathing evidence that certain souls walk under a protection so profound and so absolute that it transcends all human understanding. Nothing about your journey is random. Every experience, every encounter, every painful challenge has been orchestrated with divine precision. You are an active participant in something vast, ancient, and deeply purposeful, something far beyond what most people can ever comprehend. The one who mocked you unknowingly volunteered to become a living example of cosmic law in action. Their arrogance activated a divine demonstration meant to educate not just them, but everyone watching, about the tangible reality of universal justice. Through their downfall, what was once unseen becomes visible. What was once a theoretical spiritual concept becomes an undeniable experiential reality. What was once dismissed as New Age symbolism now stands as irrefutable truth. The universe is teaching through them, revealing that divine order is not a myth. It's a measurable, precise, and ever-active force in our world. And you, chosen one, are the sacred vessel through which this revelation is being made crystal clear. We are living in a time of great planetary awakening, and souls like yours have been strategically reactivated with higher frequencies to anchor this new consciousness onto the earth. The same cosmic forces that are shaping galaxies and evolving species are moving directly through your life story, turning every challenge you face into a public broadcast of divine order. Every time someone disrespects you, they inadvertently create an opportunity for the universe to display its power and precision publicly. You are not merely surviving these attacks. You are demonstrating, in real time, how cosmic protection operates. You are a model, a mirror, and a mechanism through which the universe educates humanity. Your purpose stretches far beyond your personal experiences. Each act of divine protection that surrounds you raises the global vibration of respect for all chosen souls. Every lesson taught through your energy expands the collective understanding of how cosmic justice truly works. The watchers observing your journey are not passive spectators. They are multidimensional inspectors, quality assurance agents ensuring that the universal defense systems are functioning flawlessly. The recent downfall of this person wasn't just personal karma. It was a successful systems test, proving that the sacred safeguards placed around chosen ones remain perfectly active and impenetrable. Your existence serves multiple, complex functions across many planes of reality. You are a beacon of light for other chosen ones who are still dormant and need to awaken to their own divine authority. You are a teacher for those who still navigate the world with limited awareness, guiding them toward the recognition of spiritual hierarchy and higher law. You are a living demonstration of the universal principles that govern the evolution of all consciousness. The laughter that was once directed at you wasn't just a mockery of a human being. It was a mockery of cosmic order itself. And now, the universe is powerfully reasserting its authority through your life, not out of vengeance, but to restore divine balance and order. Every interaction you have from this day forward carries a deeper purpose. Those who approach you with humility and sincerity will receive illumination, healing, and guidance from your presence. Those who approach you with arrogance, jealousy, or deceit will receive correction, an awakening delivered in perfect and just measure. Your very existence now acts as a divine sorting mechanism. Your energy field automatically reveals the truth of the heart within everyone you encounter. And as you witness this flawless, breathtaking execution of cosmic justice, something shifts deep inside of you. Any lingering trace of doubt about your power completely dissolves. Any shred of uncertainty about your protection evaporates into nothingness. Any residual fear you had about standing in your full, authentic truth disappears completely. You can feel your own energy recalibrating, your personal frequency stabilizing and locking in at a much higher vibration. You walk differently now. You carry yourself with a newfound grace and authority. Your voice resonates with a new power. Your presence carries a magnetic command that demands respect without ever needing to ask for it. The universe has just confirmed, in the most spectacular way possible, what your spirit has always known. You are chosen. You are protected. And you are guided by forces that answer directly to the highest divine order. The change isn't just external. It is a profound internal metamorphosis. You no longer see yourself as someone who is merely surviving the storms of life. You now recognize that you are the storm's divine conductor. The last remnants of self-doubt and feelings of unworthiness fade into nothingness. You no longer question your intuition, because you have just witnessed it being validated in the most glorious, cosmic detail. You have been upgraded beyond the level of simple personal growth. This is a full-scale spiritual evolution. Your energy field now broadcasts your true nature with crystalline clarity. Your divine protection glows visibly in the unseen realms, serving as a clear signal to every observer, both physical and non-physical, that divine authority surrounds you. People feel it instantly, the shift in your frequency, the command in your words, the unshakable certainty in your presence. You are no longer in a position where you have to explain your power. You are now simply and effortlessly embodying it. Interactions with others now carry a new frequency, because people instinctively sense they are in the presence of someone who is deeply aligned with forces that transcend ordinary human understanding. This profound transformation runs deep within your very being. Old energetic blockages that may have lingered for years, perhaps even decades, dissolve in the instant that you fully accept your true cosmic identity. Limiting beliefs about your worth and capabilities shatter into a million pieces when the universe itself proves your value beyond any possible question. The fear of speaking your truth completely disappears the moment reality confirms that your voice has the power to shift energy fields.